if you look at what's going into Zoom or when you're making recordings using Shoot or any other webcam, often it's harsh and the lighting's not right. And a lot of that has to do with your camera settings. First of all, what is ISO? It's a standards body just came up with that. Uh, and so it's the International Standards Organization. That's what it means. But what it does is it effectively balances along with your aperture and your frame rate, your shutter speed. It balances the amount of light that's going into your sensor. Now, on a webcam or an iPhone, your aperture is set. It's an f2.2 or whatever it is. You can't adjust it. So that's gone. And your frame rate, you set it at 30 and you don't adjust it. So your ISO, the amount of sensitivity that your sensor has to light, that is your way to manage exposure value. And in many cases, our modern cameras are really sensitive and they overexpose things. You get more light on the image than is within the dynamic range capability of the sensor. And webcams don't make it very easy. I have one of these Osmo Pockets, and when you try and change the aperture or what they call EV, exposure value, it is a matter of going into a little camera setting there. I want to go into manual there. Then I want to change the ISO up or down, and it's telling me that my EV value is acceptable or not. Then I get it set, and in many cases, it's so sensitive I need to put a filter on the lens itself, an ND filter, to darken things down like dark glasses so that this can operate outside. So it's a challenge. Shoot has an answer for this problem. I have two Shoot cameras running. This one is the main one on my iPad, and all the controls are right in front of me on the Macintosh. So if I change ISO, I can lighten it up, make it much more sensitive, or I can darken it all the way down. And I can find the happy medium interactively. And I'm looking on my Shoot camera and I can see that's at 75. And the reality is you want it between maybe 100 to 200 because it gets pixelated when it gets way high. So I'm bringing it down to something, maybe I don't want a cinematic look, but it looks a lot better on Zoom. And I've got my other camera as well. So I can manage both independently using CueCam on my Macintosh. And when I change its ISO settings, likewise, I can blow it out, lighten it up, or I can bring it all the way down. When you put all this together, it saves an amazing amount of time to fine-tune the way Shoot presents you on camera